Hey everybody, welcome back to Movie Related. Once again, we are without Don, and he had the pleasure of missing Hawkeye. We skipped last week because Hawkeye episodes 1 and 2 really didn't do it for us, so we're going to do two episodes in this one.
Episodes, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to do episode 3 and 4. Now, episode 3, I believe, had like 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb. And that might be because everybody who didn't like the first 2 episodes just dropped off and started, not rating it anymore. So let's see if episodes 3 and 4 recaptured our imagination.
Go into the cinema and find the ugliest, smelliest, most pathetic stranger I could find. They're going to come in my car and do the review with me.
Hello, YouTube land!
When we last saw Hawkeye and Kate, they were tied up to some animatronic horses.
In the ones you put quarters in and you take a ride.
Yeah, in the tracksuit mafia lair. And we started episode 3 with the backstory to this little girl, this Maya, and she's deaf, and we go through a little bit of her life story, and it turns out that she is the ominous female figure at the end of the episode.
Right. She does have a number 2 guy that works under her, and he's kind of the only one that we will stand up to her and question her. And
Jon Snow.
Yeah,
that's who we
Jon
reminding
Snow.
Of.
yeah, Jon Snow. He actually looks exactly like him now. And he's saying that she's concentrating a little too much on trying to hunt down this Ronin character.
Why? Because when she was a little girl, Ronin happened to take out her uncle and maybe related family because they were part of a criminal organization. So now all she wants to do, now that she knows that Ronin is out there, is get him.
Hyper focused on it.
Yeah.
Right? And so he's saying that, that this isn't going to yield us any good results. We should just forget about it and move on with our business. And she's like, no, you do what I say. I run the show.
And basically the episode turns into a car chase where Hawkeye and Kate are trying to get away from the tracksuit gang, and they're exploring all the different trick arrows in his quiver.
Right. How do you feel about the episodes themselves?
Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be watching. Like, am I watching a serious drama? Am I watching a comedy? I don't know, because a lot of the comedy doesn't land.
Yeah, because as I'm watching it, I'm thinking, I feel like it's a teen drama, like a made-for-teen drama.
You know what? That's exactly what this comedy is. It's teen comedy.
Yeah,
and it's not for me. I bet you teenagers would get a blast out of this, because Kate plays this like a dumb blonde, even though she's not blonde.
Yes. Yeah, and you said it perfectly as we were watching episode 4. You said, "Oh, well, she's kind of quirky," but it's beyond that. She's thinking like she's a 6-year-old or something in a lot of the situations, and that we're just supposed to buy that.
Yeah, and where I know that it's supposed to be funny, this scene is supposed to be funny because of the things that she says, but my level of humor is above this level of humor.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lower
very
level
basic
age, like maybe 13-year-old.
Maybe.
Yeah. They would probably love this. But for some reason it's not doing it for me. Jeremy Renner is not a master of comedy.
No. Everything is dry, and even when he says something that is supposed to be humorous, it's not like an actual laugh out loud humorous. It's more of a
Yeah, like his kind of facial expressions or his dry retort might be more at home when there are some funny Avengers around doing their thing, right?
Yeah.
But when you're doing 13-year-old comedy with this girl, it's not a good buddy.
Yeah, when you're the lead, it doesn't land.
Okay, episode 4.
It was more of a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, there was a lot of just doing Christmas scenes, doing a chilling with your parents scene, going back to the LARPers, and having a time in a living room. So, then there's a little bit of an action scene at the end.
That said, I mean, it's not a bad show. I think for the age demographic that, like for a 13-year-old, 14-year-old age demographic, it's not a bad show. But if you're the superhero demographic, you're the people that like, superheroes and Marvel and that kind of thing, it's maybe not a hit.
So you've grown up with, the only reason why Marvel is a thing right now is because people started following it 10 years ago. So let's say you're 13 years old, 10 years ago with the Hulk and Iron Man coming out. Well, those people are over 23 years old now. And this humor is way below that. So if you're targeting 13-year-olds with the new Marvel show, how do you expect for it to gain traction?
You're not going to maintain your current audience, right? So...
Yeah, I don't understand that. Somebody along the way has to have some vision. Who is watching our stuff? Who are we making this for? And we're successful because of this audience. We should be pandering to them.
Yeah, and I understand. Maybe they're just trying to recruit a younger generation to try to do it again.
Well, I guess that's what Kate Bishop is supposed to be when Hawkeye hands off the mantle.
Yeah.
And then Miss Marvel in the future, and that next phase of superheroes is for the younger crowd. But they're using the older crowd to usher in those characters, and I don't think it's working.
No, it's not.
They should just introduce, this is a teenage superhero show. Hey, every teenager, come watch this. Yeah. Instead of dressing it up like it's for the older crowd and then ushering in the new ones.
They wouldn't have been able to do that with the Hawkeye series, though, because... if you subtract Hawkeye from this series, you have Katniss Everdeen. And that's it.
Well, okay, more than one person can have a bow and arrow.
No, I get that. But you could put this girl in the Hunger Games and believe it's Katniss Everdeen. Like, it looks like her. Okay, talented with the bow and arrow.
Yeah, but Katniss wasn't as dumb.
No, Katniss would probably be better in...
Now, Hailey Steinfeld is not doing a bad job for what she's being asked to do. She's just doing it in the wrong show demographic. We are led to believe that there's one person above the bad girl, Maya, who runs the bad organization. And immediately you assume that it's going to be Jack.
Well, they try to make you think it's going to be Jack.
Yeah, because of one of the scenes that comes up where he brandishes a sword. So, is it Jack? Well, the more astute among us start thinking, well, maybe it's not Jack. Maybe it is so-and-so. Do we say who we think it is?
It would be a spoiler. Well, it's not really a spoiler because we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
We're guessing.
There's no indication that we're right or wrong. I think it's her mom.
Yeah, and that's who we both think it is.
Head of a security organization.
She's arm's length away from the criminal aspect, but tied in close enough with her fiancé to control everything.
Yeah. There's something that makes me believe it's the mom.
She was threatened in the first episode, and then that guy wound up dead by the sword.
She has a little moment with Hawkeye as he's leaving her apartment, and although she doesn't say anything that incriminates herself, she is very forthright, and you're kind of thinking, well, this is a strong character.
Yeah.
She knows what she wants, and she's telling an Avenger exactly what to do. So.
And maybe to lay off this particular case.
Yeah.
And she does it under the guise of keeping her daughter safe, but we feel like there's more to that.
Now, do I think this is a show that I'm completely invested in? No. Why do I keep watching it? Well, because Linda Cardellini's in it from Freaks and Geeks, and I like the one-eyed dog.
The one-eyed dog is pretty cool.
That's what's keeping me going.
Yeah. I think it was probably cruel of them to blind the dog in order to make this show, but I mean, I do like the dog.
There's something wrong with the dog. We need to give it one eye.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still watching Hawkeye? And if you're not, I don't know why you watch this video, but thank you.
Appreciate it.
It's not our favorite, but I guess among the Marvel TV shows, I guess it's right on par.
Yeah. Yeah,
which is not great, but it's something to watch.
Oh, and there was also an appearance from.
Mark didn't say anything. All right, thanks for joining us, and maybe after the next 2 episodes, we'll come back and do a final wrap up because I think there's only 6 episodes.
Let's hope.
All right, thanks a lot.